All right, everyone. This new Canada H1B Visa Holder Work Permit is unprecedented. This is something that can be so helpful to you 70% of H1B Visa holders in the US who are Indian nationals with virtually no pathway meaningfully to a green card or permanent residence in the US in any reasonable time period. But the question many people are asking now is, do you hire a representative or do you simply DIY it on your own? That's what we're going to talk about today. All right. So many of you by now have watched some of the videos that I've done that are talking about this program. 10,000 cap, July the 16th, which is a Sunday, is when it's going to open up. This is not the first time that I've been in this situation. I've been practicing immigration law for almost 20 years. And not too many years ago, in fact, only 2 years ago, Canada decided to open up this permanent resident program for essential workers and international students in Canada to transition to permanent residence. Why? The borders were closed. Canada was not going to be able to meet its very aggressive levels plans for new immigrants. So they made a pathway for people within Canada, temporary residents, to transition to permanent residence. And in that program, and this is the old program delivery instructions right here, it all came to an end November the 5th, 2021. But there was a cap placed on some of the applications. Let me just slide over here, get rid of that. The cap that was placed on some of the applications, and the one that I'm thinking about most importantly, is the international graduates. Once 40,000 applications were reached, then it came to an end. Well, how long do you think it took for those 40,000 people to get their spots all filled in? Less than a day. So when I look at this program that we have right now, this new, what I call the Canada H1B Holder Work Permit, this open work permit that's going to be valid for 3 years is, if you are not one of those 70,000 people who are seriously considering, I should say 70,000, there's like 400,000 H1Bs in the US, isn't there? Maybe there's more, maybe there's less, I don't know. But probably around 70% of you are Indian nationals who really are struggling with pathways. I'm not going to get into the pathways, but the question is, why would you want to hire a representative and why would you want to do it yourself? I am a very strong proponent of DIY within the situation here. Why? Because if I flip back here to the old TR to PR pathway, some firms decided, hey, we're going to take as many candidates as we can. And I'm talking consulting firms, law firms. And we are going to take as many clients as we can and submit. Well, who is first? Because if I was number 2 on that list and I was having to wait in the queue for immigration, for the law firm, the immigration law firm, or the consulting firm, or the consultant that I hired, waiting for them to process the first application before they got to mine, oh my goodness, there was no way in Hades that I would ever do that. During that TR to PR pathway, our firm took one person each. And in fact, we're actually pretty much full with the people we're going to do, that we're going to represent one-to-one, lawyer to individual or family, to go through this program. For everybody else, my advice is to strongly consider doing it yourself. Now, why? Like I said, you could be number 2 in the queue. And by the time it gets around to you, and whatever firm is representing you, your opportunity could be gone. And it is going to fill up so unbelievably fast. 10,000 applications are going to go like that. And only the people that are prepared, that are right in there, and the vast majority of you guys are super sophisticated anyways, but there's still a little bit of uncertainty. You know, what do? You don't know the process. You're not familiar with the process. That's why I'm doing all this stuff online. Make sure that you come and join me tonight in my H1B Q&A. And I'm going to share a ton of information on how Canadian work permits work, because it's getting the tools, having the resources, having the knowledge to understand how generically the process works. That's going to allow you to start preparing now. And it's those that are prepared with their documents, with the information they need. We don't know exactly whether they're going to open a new portal, use an existing one. We don't know exactly how the intake process is going to work right at this moment. But I can tell you that having practiced for 20 years, I have a very good idea about what they could ask for. So education, that's key. As a former high school teacher, that's what I do. But for all of you out there, the most important thing that you can do as you're going forward with all of this is to start preparing now. Join me tonight, 7 p.m. I'm going to have a special Q&A that's focused exclusively to the H1B holder Canadian open work permit. And hopefully we'll help give you a little bit more tips and strategy to educate yourself and to ask the right questions when you're choosing to hire someone or doing it yourself. Okay, see you then.